Okay, as you know, we like to follow up whenever we send out charts to, so we don't leave anybody in the dark as to, oh, I wonder if they traded it or not. So this way we can just clarify and kind of help teach our methods to those that aren't members. So I'm going to go over just a couple we sent out last night. DRC was one. We liked it above this area. Okay, it did peak above early, but let me zoom in with 5-minute candles and show you why we didn't take it. It did, like our first possible trigger was 28.12. It hit it on this second candle in. So basically 10 minutes into the session, which we, first of all, we don't like to trade in the first, really in the first 15, but never in the first 5. This one did not trigger in the first 5, but let me hover this over here. After 10 minutes of trading, it had only traded like 7 or 10,000 shares, and I told the room that's just way too thin. So we left that one alone. As you can see, that was a good decision. And now let's zoom in on CEDC. Well, first let me show you the daily on that one. We also liked it above this area here, which it did peak above. But now let me zoom in using 30-minute candles. For an intraday trade, we called it right here. First break of a previous 30-minute candles high. Okay, 24.27. And it did pop to 24.66. I mean, nothing to write home about, but it did give you a little profit. But then you can see after it did that, the red line is the market. The market just rolled over. So, of course, it rolled over as well. The whole rising tide thing. The market definitely has a big effect on 90% of the stocks. So once it did that, whenever we take a profit on something, we move the stop to break even. But it did not get its breakout like we liked on the daily chart. Again, still bears watching over the next couple weeks, depending on what the market does. But above this area, if this thing ever gets above this 2480 area, I think you get a nice breakout. I'll zoom out to like a 200-day. If it gets above this little sideways base here, I think you get a nice breakout. So I would definitely keep it on watch. Let's look at RDC real quick. Same deal. If RDC ever gets back up around over 20, I think you're going to get a nice breakout there too. But everything's going to be dependent on the market. So anyway, just to follow up, we did have a small trade on CEDC and no trade on RDC. And we will try to maybe send out some more picks later this week. Have a good night.